there, I've got a lovely shimmery card for you using the family tree. And I just want to point out a couple of the different ways you can use this die. I'll tell you what we'll be using. I've got the wooden gate and fence from the Finishing Touches. Here's the family tree. And we're also going to be using a little section here on the trellis edger, just to give it a little tiny bit of a detail along the edge. And the other items we'll be using include some of the new Pixie powders: pale olive, burnt orange, straw yellow, and plum twist. These are all the new autumnal colors. They're absolutely gorgeous. So I think we'll start with those first off. So I've got a piece of coconut white card, and I'm just going to take the lids off of all the Pixie powders. Get them ready to go. And I like to do a larger piece than I need. I just think it's absolutely wonderful to have these into your stash, and you can just grab them as you need them. So with the Pixie powders, what we want to do is just tap the colors out and get it all over your card. Just keep it moving as you tap it. You don't want to squeeze these. There we go. And onto the plum twist. A little bit in this corner. Okay. This is the burnt orange. Really nice autumn color there. And it's a little paler, so I'm going to put a little bit more of this one. Same thing with the straw yellow. There we go. Okay, now we can add more, that's not a problem. So what we need to do is just bring in a spritz bottle of water and just give it a light spray to activate all those colors. You can see all those beautiful shades going together there. Love it. So I can heat set this if I like, which will mix some of the colors a bit more. Kind of move them around your page. There we go. Or I can let it set to dry. It's got a mica product in it, so what we need to do is just dry off a little bit of the edge here. Take some of the extra water away. There we go. And you can add other colors if you like at this point, or you can just let that sit and dry. And what you'll end up with is a piece that looks like this. And you can see all the beautiful mica colors coming out in that. Isn't that gorgeous? So let me set these aside. And I'll move this piece behind me to dry. There we go. Now on the family tree, there's this little die here that is the individual leaves. So what I've done is I've taken one of these that I've cut earlier, just with all my Pixie powders, and I've cut a bunch of the different leaves just so we can fill this in. We're going to do a little paper piecing. So just to show you how I've done that, I've cut the family tree, and I'm just using the aperture right now. I've got another piece of sticky adhesive sheet on a piece of white, coconut white card. Let's keep that for a second. And we'll pop that right over the top of that. Use that to push it into place. And then you can just take all your different leaves and paper piece them into the sections that they go into. Very, very easy. There's 3 different sizes, so you just need to work out which is which. Pop them into place. Now I've got one I've already done, and I'm just missing a few pieces on that, so I'm going to go ahead and add those in. And what's lovely about the Pixie powders is you can actually pick little sections out of the piece that you like best and get a multitude of colors coming through. So there's one more small one. And I've got a couple medium ones here left to do. Put that one right about there. You can use your pokey tool to kind of move them into place. Oops, got a little piece on there. There we go. And one more medium size here. Okay. So now I've got the tree that came out of the aperture. I'm going to put that over. I've got exposed adhesive everywhere except on the leaves. So I'm going to just hit the back of this with a bit of spray glue. And we're going to piece it in on top. Starting with the trunk, just move it up into the actual cutout areas. There we go. And pop that right down over them. Oops, get that in place. So now I've got a really nice tree with all the different leaves showing. Let me get those lined up a little bit better. There we go. Isn't that gorgeous? Really pretty. So next thing we want to do is add an edge to it. So I'm going to bring in the trellis edger, and I've got this little piece here. It's a dainty little edge, and we will give it a quick cut. Pop that onto the edge. There's my tape. And I'm just going to put it right up to the top here. Give it a quick cut. And it's got a repeatable design here, so you just need to nip that away. You can always line it up and do a longer piece if you like. There we go. So we're going to pop that onto the back side with a little bit of glue. In fact, I'll use this one here. Trimmed it inside a little bit on the edge. Put that down. Just get it right up to the edge there. And with the glue, you can slide it a tiny bit. Nice and even. There we go. So there's one side done. And the other side, add a bit of glue to this side. Pop that on across from it. Just smooth it around so it's just peeking off the edge there. That sounds good, just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and put that onto my base, and then we're going to work ahead. Added some mounting foam to the back. Pop that right into the center of the card. And I'm going to add a little fence there. Now the fence can be cut as either fence pieces or fence and a gate. And the nice thing about this is that all you need to do is put a little bit of glue on the hinge pieces, and you can create a longer fence. It's been designed so it'll link up exactly perfectly like that. Now I've done one ahead of time, and I've just got it exactly the right size, so I've just nipped the ends off a little bit shorter and added some mounting foam to the back. You want to make sure that all your little picket pieces are supported really nicely, so I've got some mounting foam on each one of them. Let me just peel the backs of these last few off. There we go. Pop that into place on the bottom. We'll have a really nice little tree card. Now I love cards like this. There's not a sentiment. You can use it for any occasion you like. It's just a sweet card you could send to a friend. I hope you've enjoyed the video today, and look for more of them on our YouTube channel.